Hello everybody, welcome to the Joy of Cooking with Michelle. Today we are making a family favorite recipe that's been around since, oh my gosh, over 40 years. And it's an original Quaker oats recipe. And I love this package. I often buy the Quaker oats, the old-fashioned large flakes. I love this package because it tells us how beneficial the oat fiber is for our health because it reduces cholesterol. And even though a lot of us aren't eating oatmeal for breakfast until the winter, this is a great way to get your oats in. They're whole grain and 100% Canadian. So today we're using the Quaker oats, the large flake, the old-fashioned flakes, for peach crisp. It's peach season here in Ontario, and the peaches from Niagara are so sweet and so juicy. So I went to the store and got some fresh peaches. For this recipe, I'm going to put up the ingredients that you're going to need. I'll run through it quickly with you. We are using 6 cups of sliced fresh peaches. I don't peel them, I just slice them. Here they are, about 6 cups, which is approximately 6 peaches. That's the way I look at it. We have 1 cup of rolled oats, half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of flour, 1/3 cup of melted margarine. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 1/3 cup also of flour. And 1/3 cup of the melted margarine, and half a cup of brown sugar, and just a pinch, a small teaspoon of cinnamon, if you prefer it. If you don't want cinnamon with your peach crisp, don't use it. You can also use nutmeg if you want. It calls for a little bit of salt, but I left the salt out of this recipe because I don't think we need it. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I've done is preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and we cook this for 30 minutes. And I have also taken the glass dish that I'm going to use to bake it in and assemble all my ingredients and put them in there. I have greased my dish. I like that for 2 reasons. Number 1, it keeps things from sticking, and number 2, when the peaches cook, they're going to get nice and juicy, and the brown sugar is going to make it just lovely. A nice, lovely array of fruit on the bottom. And I think that a little bit of the margarine on the bottom is going to keep it juicy, also keep it from sticking to the bottom and getting dry. Okay, so to start with, I'm going to take all the peaches, 6 cups of peaches, and put it in the bottom of my dish, my baking dish. Oh, it does fit. I was worried. There were so many peaches. I was worried that it wasn't going to fit. So there, it fits perfectly. So you want something that's going to hold 8-10 cups in your baking dish. Now what I'm going to do is, to start with, I'm going to put all of the dry ingredients together and mix them up. It's very standard. I usually do that all the time. Baking, it's a very standard thing to do because it blends all the dry ingredients up. So I'm going to add the flour, the brown sugar, and the oats, and a little bit of cinnamon. I am going to use cinnamon in my recipe. Now, what I'm going to do is mix that up just to get it all blended. Then when I get the dry ingredients blended, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the melted margarine, and it's going to make a beautiful crumble topping. And then I'm going to put that crumble topping on top of my peaches. Okay, there, it's nicely blended. Just make sure when you're doing that, that the brown sugar clumps are pressed down so that it doesn't remain in clumps. You don't want the brown sugar in clumps, you want it smooth. Okay, there we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the melted margarine to all of the dry ingredients, and I'm going to mix that well. And there should be enough, I'll show this to you, there should be enough melted margarine to hold the rolled oats and the flour and the sugar all together. Oh, that's lovely. This is one of my all-time favorite recipes. I make this with apples, blueberries. You can also use canned peaches, 2 cans of canned peaches, but you have to make sure they're really well drained. You could use frozen peaches too, I imagine. But because it's peach season right now, we are having fresh peaches. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I have not had this recipe since about this time last year. So this is gonna be a real treat. So you can see, I'll show this to you up close. You can see that it's a bit crumbly. It doesn't stick together all together in big clumps, but it is crumbly. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour it on top of the peaches, and I'm going to spread it out, and I'm going to press it down. And then when it cooks, it gets really nice and crispy on the top, almost like a granola-like topping. It's delicious. And there's no leavening agent in it, so it's going to stay flush, very much like granola. There we go. How easy was that? You can see the peaches on the bottom, on the top the crumble. I'm gonna pop it in the oven, 350 for half an hour. I can't wait, yummy, yummy. So there you go, our recipe for today, peach crisp, another fast and easy recipe brought to you from the joy of good nutrition. Thank you for joining. We'll see you next time, bye.